again, Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a Punched Out Thursday to Die For with Kathy, Krista, Ronnie, Sue, Dorothy, myself, and Sonia. I'm also incorporating Christmas in February, a scrappy inspiration YouTube and Instagram hop, where on the 25th of every month we do some sort of Christmas project. I pulled out the Coco Vanilla Studio Marianne Bright collection. I want to scrap lift this little part of our Christmas Day adventure. That is my son and my fiance, and we are doing random drawings from a stocking for lotto ticket prizes. You guys have heard the stories. I'm pulling out all the scraps that I had left over from layouts that I have done before so that I can use my punch and create cute little stocking hats out of all these fun pieces. Now that cardstock in the background there, that is a Close to My Heart cardstock. I'm not sure of the color, but it was, to me, it matched some of the other colors in the layout. So I'm going to take this big scrap right here of the Christmas trees and just trim it down so that it will fit inside that piece that I had used in a different layout and cut out the fun flowers. Fussy cut out that part of the wreath on the other side. And so I'm just going to go ahead and mat that so you can't tell there's a big gaping hole in the back of it. And we're going to get that centered somewhat on there, but I didn't really want to mess with it too much because I was afraid I would rip that paper because it's basically just a shell. I do go ahead and get this stuck down onto the page. And I'm going to put this big border here, and that is basically going to house my title. And right there, I'm just making sure that I don't have any rough edges that are hanging off. Now, I love this collection. So I am going to go ahead and trim these down, and I get them down to 3 3/4 by 3, I believe. And that is just so I can fit, I believe, 4 photos on here. There are several other photos in there, but one was pretty blurry, so I went ahead and got rid of that one. And I'm not sure if I get them all on there or not now that I'm looking at it, but I am measuring to make sure that they are all the same size. Now, while I'm getting these cut down, I do want to remind you that today is 2 hops. It's the Punched Out Thursday to Die For. So listed in the description box below, I will have all my fun friends that play along every Thursday and see what they created with their punches and or dies today. And along with them, I will have all the wonderful ladies that are playing along in the Christmas hop and check them out as well to see what kind of Christmas inspiration they created. We use this time to finish up December projects, get a start on the New Year's projects, or like me, just continue to scrap. I have already finished my December daily album, and these are the 12 by 12 layouts that I would like to get into my big album for the year of 2020. So I'm just finishing those off and just getting a couple of the finer points of the day because we spent like 12 hours together playing games and doing fun Christmas stuff. I'm going to use all these bigger pieces to mat my photos, and I just roughly hand cut those out. This one was so big I could not cut it down, so that is going to be kind of the bigger picture, and then I'm going to mat these other ones and all the scraps that I have that will accommodate the size. I was kind of thinking about not matting them, but the more I looked at it, the more I did want to. I was toying around with placement, and you will see that this all changes because I did not like that. So I go ahead and take that one picture away because it was pretty much the same. And that is my fiance pulling, and then him pulling my chip, and then my son pulling, and I don't have what chip he pulled. I'm going to go ahead and mat those like I said. I decided that I do want to mat them. So all of the photo mats and the punch art that I'm going to do is from the same paper. So it will all, or it's from all the same scrap pieces. So I also used up my scraps, guys. But that is how I keep scraps. Like this collection, I still have a whole bunch of it, and I'm just now using it up. So I will just keep them in my Ziploc, my 12 by 12 or my 13 by 13 Ziploc bag. And I will keep them all together, and as I'm creating layouts, I will pull in the scraps first and try to use those up. Now, when I get to the end of the collection, if it's a small layout, like most of these scraps, not small layout, if it's a small scrap, most of these scraps would not make it into the scrap bin because they would just sit there forever. So I try to use them up as I go, and in the end, I keep the 12 by 12 and the embellishments and some large scraps, but anything else, it does get recycled away. I'm going to go ahead and adhere my photos down now because I do like the placement of these. And I had kind of an idea of what I wanted to do in my head. So I do want to make sure that I get them down. Because sometimes when I have an idea, I forget. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out my little Stampin' Up! That is a stocking hat. And I'm going to... I had that one little strip left, and I knew that I could get the little fuzzy around, I don't know what you want to call that, the brim of the hat. And then I'm going to punch all of these scraps up and get those used up. I was trying to be able to use as much of the scrap as possible. So I did, if you've seen, I switched that around so that I wasn't missing the hat. And then I'm going to go through and see how many I have. Make sure that I have enough pieces to match up because it's 3 pieces. It's the hat itself, the little snowball on the end of the hat, and then the fuzzy part of the brim. So I'm just kind of lining them up to make sure I have enough that I like. And I'm making them all wonky. Now some of them I will match the brim and the little snow dauber at the end. And there's a couple that I just didn't feel like punching anymore. So I do go ahead and say I count that up, but I'm like, all right, I got to punch one more. So I just come in and just lightly get the edge in there. And then I'm going to bring out one of my little worksheets so that I don't glue these to my mat. And I have like 2 pads of these. I have a Stampin' Up! And a Close to My Heart pad of these. And they come in so handy. So right here, as you can see, I'm just going to go ahead and pop those all over to the side. And I have used this punch several times on layouts, and I never get tired of it because you can switch everything up, and it's really fun. I do half of them with the little fuzzy piece, the brim, going that way, and then the other half I do it the other way. So you'll see like one is looped, one is like kind of circled, curved up, and one is curved down. I was trying to think of the right words. And I am loving creating with this collection. Oh my god, it is so beautiful. And you know, it's February now, so I'm over the, usually by the end of December, I'm so over creating with Christmas themed and holiday stuff that January I try not to do any of that because it's an overload. And I like to mix up what I use in a month. So I have like 4 iris pins that sit behind me in my craft room, and I fill them up at the end of each month. I recycle everything out and put it back into my stash, and I add new collections and stuff that I want to focus on using for the month. And they all have different themes. Like one is like all masculine, and one is like right now I have Disney stuff in there, and I have graduation stuff in there, and it's just what I'm focusing on for the month. So I'm not going around my entire craft room trying to pull all different stuff in for each layout. So you will notice that in most of my videos per month, I am using the same things over and over again. However, I have such a, 4 iris pins with several different collections in each. I have a diverse pad selection to choose from. So I'm not always creating with the same thing because I can't. It bores me to tears, guys, to create with the same thing over and over and over again. Like the same collection. All right, so I get all those glued up, and then I pull in some of my thickers, and I went ahead and created that on a piece of wax paper, and it is random draw for 1 lotto ticket. And I'm just going to go ahead and get these adhered down. I do not make you watch me do all this, but I did want I did want a descriptive title. Therefore, no journaling will be required on this layout because, well, obviously it's right there. We're doing a random draw for 1 lotto ticket, which we did every hour on the hour for 12 hours. And we played games and stuff, and whoever won 1 lotto tickets, and at the end we all scratched them off. The kids were highly upset because I won the most. And I did not mean to. It just kept happening, and everybody, my fiance was laughing really hard, and the kids were like, this isn't fair. And it's like luck random drawings. Like I can't get this lucky in my real life. So I go ahead and pop all these cute little stockings up on some foam tape there, and I'm going to scatter them about the page. And I do stick some on top of the pictures and then within the title itself. And I just really like the way it came out. It's simple, yet very cute. I just love it. And then, as you've seen, that I made the hats go in different directions. So that's always fun. I'm going to go ahead and pull out these little gold puffy pillow type embellishments that came with the collection as well. And I'm going to get 3 of them stuck on the layout as well. And I was doing that because in the title, the For One and Ticket are both in a gold, and that was the only place that I had gold on the page. So I wanted to make sure that I popped some more gold around the page. I'm going to bring in 2 flares, one that says 25th of December because this was on Christmas Day. And I'm going to bring in a little Santa Claus one too because, well, I liked them and they were cute. Now I do toy with this. It is going to go in that original spot. And then I'm going to stick the other one at the top. This video is quickly coming to an end. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button below if you haven't already. And if you have, I do love you and appreciate you. It makes my heart so happy to see everyone that likes and subscribes to my videos and leaves me questions or comments. I do love to hear from you guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the description box below, or in the comment section. And don't forget to check in the description box below where I will have both of the HOP participants listed. I want you to go ahead and check those out as well and give them some love. They create wonderful, awesome, inspirational pieces. Sorry about my head getting in the way there. I do take the 6x12 sticker sheet here and I'm just popping on some little word phrases just to kind of complete the layout. I did toy with possibly adding on some enamel dots, but I did not. At least I don't think I did. No, I didn't. And that is going to pretty much do it. We're going to have a couple still shots and close-ups at the end there. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Mixed Media Frenzy. It's a HOP tomorrow. Bye, guys.